Hey, welcome to Eva Trades. This is another risk management series. And I gotta change that that guy jumping out from behind the tree. Weird. Yeah, so this is a trade review. I think I said risk management. This is a trade review for today for September 26th. It's a Tuesday. And a pretty crazy price action. We'll take a look at what I did wrong, what I did right, and how I was kind of frustrated today. Let's go.
Eva Trades.
On a day where there was a lot of momentum, I really didn't perform well, and I'm kind of irritated with myself a little bit. I think we'll take a look at the trades, and maybe I'll find that I actually did a really good job, and I just, you know, maybe it just wasn't as easy of a day as I thought it should be. This is a look at my P&L chart, my profit and loss chart, and of course, each candle represents one day of profit or loss in phase 4 here. And I have three green days in a row now after my consolidation period. I'm up to 40,500 in the account, trying to get to 42,000. So that is my progress. Today I was up $215 after being down 365. So that's over a $500 comeback. That's not too bad. I started the day green. I actually was up 200, but then I dropped down, so I lost 500, but then I got that 500 back. Crazy day. IMVT was our leading gapper this morning. It was up about 400%. It made a move. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the other one, but this one was up a lot too. It was up about almost 100%, I think. And so I traded it first thing on the 5-minute time frame here. We had this tightening range, and so I was looking at that as an entry and looking for a break up towards this resistance up here. And so I was watching the 1-minute time frame. We opened, we pulled back for a little bit down into this support zone, close to it, and we actually had one here too. So that's where I bought it. And then I added to it as we were breaking through the high. And then I sold up into here. That was nice. Did pretty well on IMVT early on. Bought a little pullback here looking for the move higher. It kind of started to come down, so I got back out of that. Another little pullback buy here, but I didn't make anything. Bought the breakout here and actually did make some money on that. So that was nice. Then it consolidated, pulled back to the EMA. I tried to buy it a couple of times prematurely, looking for that move back up. Finally got in it here and sold some of it here, jumped back in it on strength, added to it up into here and sold there just below that resistance because I was anticipating a possible equilibrium. We didn't get our equilibrium. We just broke right through the high. And as we broke out over this candle, I bought and sold up there. Nice, top ticked it, and then it's pulled back after that. And then I was looking for another 1-minute higher low. So I got in here down towards the EMA, thinking that the EMA, might catch up right through here. So I bought that, but it started to go lower, so I got back out. And then we had a support down in this area and a trough here. So I'm in right there on that trough area. And I sold it break even. I bought it again here because I thought maybe it was gonna, it was holding with these lower wicks, but it started to come back down more, so I got back out. Came down into this area, started to make a move back up, so I jumped back in it, and then I added here, sold some up there, and then I was playing for the move back up to the high, so I added here, but it came back down, and I took a loss there. And so then at this point I was anticipating an equilibrium here. So I bought right here looking for that breakout, but it didn't do it. It came back down. So I stopped. I took myself out of the trade there. Comes down to the support, starts to make a move back up. So I'm buying here, and looking at like now maybe we might break out. We didn't. We started coming back down again. So out I go, right back out of the trade again. So it was really choppy. But what we were starting to see here was a falling wedge, I think. Kind of a falling wedge. Not the best one. I thought it had a look to it. It was more like I picture it as being a saw blade, like a keyhole saw, if you know what that looks like. So I kept trying to get in this for the breakout, but it kept failing. And you can see, and then right here, we finally started to break out. I'm like, here we go. I punched the order several times, looking for that move up over this resistance. Whoops. And we did not get it because it failed. And so once again, I was like, that's a bummer. I can't believe this one didn't break out. I thought it was going to, and so now it looks like it's going to just fail completely. But then I look over and it starts to do this. I punched the order a bunch of times as this is moving up, selling it all up here, and that put me back up to green on the day. I did try to buy it one more time here, but got out pretty quick. And then look at this, back up towards the highs. Not bad. Nice pattern there on that 5-minute equilibrium. So it was a 5-minute equilibrium with choppiness on the 1 minute. This was a nice setup right here. Beautiful setup. But I was done trading by then. Oh, that keeps happening. Yeah, I was done trading by then. So that was my final trade of the day. That was IMVT. I traded 3 other stocks, LABU. I wasn't watching pre-market. It popped up on the high of day momentum scanner. And this one, I really was a little skeptical with it. We were coming up to $4, and so I jumped in it for the breakthrough 4. And the reason I was skeptical is because I've never traded LABU. And so I got in it for the breakthrough 4, but it pulls back. I hold it for this sideways consolidation for that inside bar right there. And then it breaks. And so I'm still holding it because I'm only up a little bit. And then this candle starts to go green and breaking out. And I was like, yeah, maybe I'll make some good money here. Then it starts to pull back. So I'm like, nah. So I jump out of it. And good thing, because then it just kind of sold off after that. So I made $28.42 on that one. IMVT, I made $295.77. And of course, it's pulling back here now. Okay, so that was IMVT and LABU. And then I traded RIVN. This one I also wasn't watching pre-market. And this is the one that got me. And I didn't show my trades on this in the live stream because it was on the other screen. But what I was looking for on this one was a 3-bar setup. So down here you had a breakout with 1, 2, 3. Well, there's more like 5 bars here, but on this one, sideways consolidation, 1, 2, 3 bars up. Sideways consolidation, I was looking for 1, 2, 3 bars up, but we only got the 2 because I got in here looking for that next bar up. The next one opens, pulls back. I get stopped out, take $100 loss. So I went from being up pretty close to $300 to being up only like just over 200. And so then I traded again here, looking for a 1-minute higher low down into this area right here. I bought that, got stopped out again, took a pretty good loss there. Bought the breakout here. It looked like it was finally going to go, off the EMA. It comes back down and I get stopped out. Ouch. So then I buy it off of the volume weighted average price. It doesn't hold. I get stopped out again. And I end up being down on this one by like $400. It was pretty bad. This is the one that turned my day from green to red. If not for this stock, I would have had probably a $400 day. But anyways, so it made a move back up above the volume weighted average price. I started to see that. So I'm anticipating a move back up. So I'm getting in here. I hold it through these candles, but this one starts to go red. And I'm like, no, this could be a lower high and a lower low. So I just get out, basically break even. We do see that red candle down, but it starts to make a move back up. It's a bear break, bull break. So I jump back in it. And then over here, I'm looking for the breakout right here, but it starts to come down. And so I take myself out of that trade that I was in right down here as it starts to break down below the volume weighted average price. But then the bulls step in, buy that dip. It starts to make a move back up. So guess what? I jump back in it right here. Then it finally starts to break. And this candle broke out really fast. I was already in it a few times here, jumped in it here a couple more times, and I sold it all up here and made about 300 bucks. And so I never got back to green on the stock. I tried. Right here, I was buying for the break through the high. I got in here, I added down here, and I sold here and here. Traded it a little more there, but you know, down 175 on that one. I didn't trade it again after, but it did make a nice move. Another 5-minute equilibrium with a high, low, lower, high, higher, low. Nice break. Same kind of setup here as on IM BT. See this setup here? That little equilibrium setup. I love these. I love these kind of setups right here. And then there's your break. So you had the same thing on RIBN. It was a little choppier looking. Down, volume weighted average price. That would have been a nice entry. Back up, back down, breakout. So I love those kind of setups. And I missed both of those. And that was a nice, that's probably that 5-minute candle, I bet you. Not quite. Back that up. Where's that 5-minute candle? Right there. So it's up there. But anyways, that's that. So down 175 on RIBN. The fourth stock I traded, SLNO. This one was crazy pre-market. It went from $4.47 all the way up to $24. It was up about 400%. I was watching this pre-market and I was like, man, I really want to trade that. But I don't trade pre-market because I've been burned in the past. And so I just don't do it. So this one here, I was looking for a pullback first thing to get in it and look for a 15-minute. No, I was looking for a 5-minute higher low and higher high. Pulled back pretty good. I jump in it first thing right here on the 1 minute. Thinking that maybe we'll hold this support area. We don't. We come down further. I add back to it. So I'm in it twice there. It starts to bounce here. So I just go ahead and bail on the trade. I'm red on the stock right there. We come down to this support level, which is that area back there. It's this 5-minute higher low. So we come right down to that support. Great area to get in. I didn't do it because I was worried about it flushing further like this candle did. But it starts to make a move back up. And so then I jumped in it twice. I sell it up into here, showing strength. I get in it here as we're breaking through this high of day. So I jump in it 1, 2 times. I sell half of it here. One of my positions right here as we got halted. This was a circuit breaker halt. The stock stopped trading for 5 minutes. I was in it 1 time still. And unfortunately, it opens lower. So, and it starts to move down. So I bailed on that, took a loss on that, but I was up on this one. So that was basically a green trade overall. And then it starts to break out here, starts to make a move back up. So I jump back in it. But I didn't like this candle, so I got back out. And then it starts to break out. And so I jump back in it. But then it rejects from 22.11. And that was that pre-market level back here. It rejects pretty hard and fast, so I bail on the trade down here, taking a loss. So I'm red on SLNO at that point. And then it halts going down right here for quite a while. At 6:42, it resumes at 6:53, so a 10-minute halt. It opens down here. It pulls back to the volume weighted average price. I happen to look over and see that. So I punch the buy button, and I'm like, I'm in it, and I'm going to put my stop loss down at the low of this candle, and I'm going to wait. I'm going to see if we get a move back up through the highs. And we did. I added to it here on the way up. We halted here. We started to pull back on resumption. And so I sold half of it because I'm like, no, I don't want to get caught in something like that again. So I sold half for some nice profit, held the other half. We made a big move up. We halted above the highs. Beautiful. Great. That's awesome. We resumed higher and I sold it way up here. And it was such a nice trade. It got me back to green on the stock, up $65 only, but still green. And I didn't trade it again after that. And it's kind of chopping around now. But that's not bad, I guess. You know, I did trade this. So I guess overall my day wasn't as bad as I thought. But I just feel like there was a lot more opportunity, and you know, being up over 200 and then dropping down to negative 365, you know, RIVN really got me there. I guess, you know, I was really worried that I was going to end with a red day. I was pretty close to my max loss at one point. So I don't know. I don't know what I could have done differently. I guess maybe if I hadn't jumped into RIVN and waited for it to consolidate. I don't know. I don't know sometimes what the right answer is on that stuff. But bottom line is I kept my wits about me and I kept looking for good setups and I found them, got myself back to green. I hope your day was better than mine. I know Andrew came on the live stream earlier and I guess he made some money pre-market. Good for him. So, and here we go on RIVN, making a move back up. So still plenty of opportunity today. Thanks for watching. And I hope that this trade review was helpful for you. I'll see you back here first thing tomorrow morning.